Alright, now don't hate on my wash job too badly. This is actually the first time this truck has not been hand washed. I don't really like to wash my vehicles in atmospheres like this because you have the hoses beating off your paint. You have no clue what's inside that brush, that you don't know what kind of rocks you're spinning all around your paint job. But the truck hasn't been cleaned in a long time. I just needed to get some of the dirt off. And I used to actually work here as a little youngin'. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, this is the only car wash in the area that uses hot water in the wintertime. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I know I look weird. No Ray-Bans today. The skies in Pennsylvania right now are way too dark for the sunglasses. I want to be able to see anything, so you get these. This is what I normally wear while I'm driving. Anyways, I've been teasing this video for you guys for, I don't know, 3-4 months, and that is the Atturo Trail Blade XT tire review. There are two reasons why I haven't, put this video out yet. That's just because, with my work schedule, I'm only able to upload one video a week, and there have been other videos higher in the priority list, I guess, if you will, than this, and now this finally came up, so we're good to go. And then also, I didn't want to mount these tires and drive 150 miles with them and then do a video saying they're great or they suck, just off such a short amount of time. I wanted to make sure that I have a good amount of driving and a good feel for the tires themselves before I give you my honest opinion on what I think about them. I'm coming up on 6,000 miles with the tires, and a big overall, I could say I'm really happy with them. I like them a lot, so let's kind of get into some more details about them. When modding your truck, traditionally and typically anymore, most of the mods that people want to do appearance-wise are relatively cheap. The biggest money you're going to be spending is going to be on wheels and tires, and I'm a believer that you should probably spend good money on tires because your tires are what keep you on the road and what keep you, rolling down the road safely, and you don't want to be cheaping out too much and you have a blowout doing 85 miles an hour down the road and then getting some kind of accident to hurt yourself or other people. So what seems to be the easiest and the most affordable way to buy wheels and tires is to do like a wheel and tire package deal, and that's exactly what I did with these. Not these. These are the stocks in the bed right now. These. I did a wheel and tire package deal, and it's much more convenient than ordering wheels, waiting for them to come, ordering tires, waiting for them to come, finding a day in your busy lives and your busy schedules to go get them mounted and balanced and then throw them on a truck and all that stuff. That's just too much. So there are a lot of companies online that do wheel and tire package deals. My personal favorite, to be honest with you, is Custom Offsets. Those guys are great, but they still couldn't beat the deal that I got from Extreme Customs. So I ordered the wheels and tires, mounted and balanced to my house, threw them on the truck, boom. It was like kind of a done deal. So that was like the easiest thing. Now overall, the two big names in aftermarket tires are Nitto and Toyo. So most people, most of the big people on Instagram and YouTube and all that, they run like Nitto Trail Grapplers or Toyo Open Countries. They're just a great tire. They last. They're great quality. And the thing is with those, they are a little pricey, and a lot of people might not necessarily be able to afford those. And I was going to get a set of Nittos actually, but the name of Toro just keeps rising in the aftermarket tire game. And Toro keeps becoming more and more popular, and I kind of want to give them a shot, see what the hype was all about. And the best thing about them is that they are a quality tire, but they're really affordable as well, which is really nice. So I grabbed the set. In general, Toro has 4 different style tires, just kind of how most big tire companies have. They have a street performance tire, similar to what you see with the Nitto 420s. They have a all-terrain tire. They have a hybrid tire, which is what I'm running right now, the XTs, and they have a mud tire. I believe it's called the Boss or something like that, which, a name like that, sheesh. But I went with the Atturo Trail Blade XTs. I got a 33 by 1250. One thing to note about Atturo tires is they are not necessarily true to size width-wise. They are in diameter. This is a true 33-inch tire, but width-wise, it's not a true 12.5. If I take the tape measure and measure, I'm at about 11 inches of tire tread versus 12.5, which ended up being a happy accident for me because these rubbed real bad when I put them on originally. I couldn't imagine what like a true 1250 would rub like. But overall, I like them. Road noise isn't terrible. You can hear it right now. I'm stopping, so you can hear the tires stopping. Overall, I don't think road noise is terrible. Now, it is going to depend on the type of vehicle you're running them on, because like I have a friend who put a set of 35 Atturo Trail Blade XTs on a Jeep Wrangler, two-door Jeep Wrangler, and you could barely hear them at all. But it is only like a 3,800 pound vehicle. This is about 6,000 pounds, and so you could assume and imagine that if you run them on like a heavy duty truck, they are going to be a bit louder. Now, I will say they are getting louder as time goes on, but that is traditional and typical with most tires, especially like an aggressive tire. Performance itself, I like them a lot. They've given me no problems whatsoever. Now, I've run these through the summer season and now the fall season of Pennsylvania. They are coming off for the winter, and that's not because of the tire itself. I have full confidence in the Atturos for wintertime. It's just because I like to put stocks on for the winter because my wheels and all that fun stuff. Stay tuned to next week's video if you're curious why I'm taking the Atturos off and putting the stocks on for the winter time. But all summer the tires have done great. Highway, city, I've had no issues with them. And a nice thing is like with rain, especially heavy rain, I've had no issues with hydroplaning or anything. There's a lot of ways for water to escape the tire itself so that, you know, it stays on the road and it doesn't float. I didn't do any like hardcore off-roading, but I have been in some scenarios with mud. And once again, they've handled fine, although the gaps in the tire tread do fill up like crazy and throw mud like no one's business. And speaking of throwing stuff, rocks. That is one of the reasons why I am taking them off for the winter time. These things do grab rocks and throw them at your paint like nobody's business. And of course, it depends on like the width you go with and your wheel itself. Like I went with a 12 wide wheel that sticks out very far with a -44 offset. Also a wide tire, so they stick out pretty far past my body lines and throw rocks like crazy. But say you went with like not so aggressive, you know, wide wheel, and it, you know, kept your wheels underneath your truck like they're, you know, meant to be technically, you know, you probably won't have any issues. But in general, like these, for me, they do throw rocks. A weird one, but I like to keep note of this: tire pressure. These things do not lose any tire pressure. I filled them up to 40 pounds when I bought them, and they are good for 65. I wanted 40, so I keep like a nice, you know, like a nice smooth ride, if you will. And I've had no issues with any of them leaking or anything, which is, you know, pretty nice there. Tire balancing, that is kind of like a rocky surface, if you will, no pun intended. But you're going to have tire balancing issues, possibly, potentially, anytime you go with bigger size tires. So like a 33, a 35, 37, and keeps going up. It's hard to balance them. There's a lot of meat on these tires, and I don't think it's bad. They did come mounted and balanced to my house, and I've just been running them 6,000 miles now with how they came. Like right now, I'm completely fine, but there are times on like highways, certain spots of certain highways, that I will get a pretty good vibration, and I do think that is because of the, you know, the balancing of the tire itself. I don't know if it's necessarily, you know, just Atturos are hard to balance, but I've read reports of even people having like a more expensive Nitto having some balancing issues. So that's just kind of expected when you start to run a big tire. After winter, and I am going to put the Atturos back on, I am going to take them and go get them rebalanced, see if that helps any of the vibrations that I am having. And then overall, like the wear itself, now this is like a good measurement, but maybe it's not at the same time, I don't know. They look great after 6,000 miles. They look still beefy, they still look real mean. They don't look like they've really worn at all, but I know they have, because when I mounted these originally on the truck, I did have a pretty good issue with rubbing. I was able to get one full steering wheel turn left and right, and that was it. That's all I had. I probably could have turned more, but a new truck and new tires, I didn't really want to mess things up too badly by turning the wheel too much. So I only had like one full steering wheel turning radius, and reverse is always worse than the GM trucks. I don't know if that's for everybody, but reverse is worse. I ended up ripping one of the black plastic pieces off the rear of the fender from turning and backing up. It did rub pretty good. Now I keep these rotated every 3,000 miles. So after my first rotation, I immediately noticed a difference in turning radius. I had much more. I could turn more than a one steering wheel turn, which was nice. And then now coming close to 6,000 miles with the tires, I have full turning radius up front. Rolling forward, I can turn my wheel all the way, left and right. I have no issues with. You can still hear it slightly. You can hear it rub very slightly, but I'm confident in continuing the turn and not having anything rip or fall off. So they wore that much in 6,000 miles when I went from one steering wheel turn of turning radius to having all my turning radius back rolling forward. Now in reverse, I still cannot crank the wheel all the way. It will rip those plastic pieces off again, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know, take that for what it's worth. I'll give you another update at the end of next year after I throw 10 more thousand miles on them to see how they're wearing. But so far I think they're wearing pretty well. I am glad to have my turning radius back. And guys, with that all being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this review did kind of help you a little bit. I'm not being paid by Atturo to tell you that their tires were good. But so far, I've had pretty good luck with these tires, as I feel like a lot of people have had good luck with these so far. Once again, so far, if these do wear out, I am confident in running another set of Atturos. We'll get to that when it comes to it. I might try something a little bit different. I don't know. But overall, check that out, I need fuel. But overall, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the view, and please like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're not a part of the family already. Please join. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs, and we're pretty close. We're getting close to it. And I don't know, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.